Yeah? What do you think?
Yeah.
Good? Very special night for me. Probably the most special night I've had since Razor Ramon.
Oh, shucks.
So again, like I always say with all my panels, really, nobody's here to hear me talk. I know everybody has questions. So I'm just gonna ask if everybody can just, if you have a question, just go ahead and make on down here, and I'll go ahead and run the mic over to you guys, and let these wonderful gentlemen go ahead and pick out who they choose to ask the next question.
That Spider-Man costume looks really uncomfortable. It's like too high here, right?
Well, since nobody has a question just yet, let me go ahead and ask.
I just had one.
Oh, well, you had.
That was my question. I asked him if that Spider-Man costume was uncomfortable. We're not allowed to ask?
Yeah, way up there, brother. What do you got? I can't hear you at all. Me and you after this in the parking lot.
Oh, boy.
Take the bass out of your voice there, buddy.
How about for you, Mr. Rhodes? Like,
you need a mic out there.
Yeah, where are my volunteers with my mic?
Well, there's the tech guys are over here. They're on their phones. You got any other mics, man? You
Need
got
more
wireless?
mics for the,
I just sat
for the
here.
crowd?
You got a wireless
I
mic?
just sat here signing and looked up at the big screen, and they had like the anime kids and all this, and like the kids were up and they were talking to a microphone. We come up here, nothing. We got nothing.
They knew we wouldn't understand the new technology.
We got one.
Yeah. Bring it up, brother. Give it to that lady. She'll bring it up here. Gilbert, bring it up here, brother.
Jeez.
Actually, I have a question, so I wonder.
Is it on? Okay. I'm gonna crawl over.
All right.
Man.
Who's got a question? Somebody
Dustin's
got a
going to have
question.
his own talk show on
got
the
a
network.
question,
We're
all
going to go out in the crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from
Who's your question for?
For everybody, really. Do you have a favorite Vince McMahon story?
Favorite Vince McMahon story. Here we go. I'm sure the Nature Boy has a lot of stories.
Well, I just have known him the longest, so one that I can tell. Let me think. Actually, my favorite story, which is one I can tell. We were in Afghanistan visiting troops, which, as everyone knows, the WWE is very supportive of our military, not only here but abroad. And we used to all go over there for 7 to 10 days, actually 7 days, in between Raw and Raw to visit the troops around the Christmas season. And the last time we did it, I think they'd been over there like a couple people, but not a whole crew. We got there, spent the 6 days there, and the day we were supposed to leave, our plane was broken down. And that's been kind of an experience that probably happens a lot of times in life. Anything to get you there, but we don't care how you get back, you know what I mean? And so the plane wasn't ready, and we had to be at Raw, and this is Sunday, so we're gonna pick up a day coming back. But so you're not allowed to drink in Afghanistan. Why, I can't believe, but you're not. So we were all 7 days without a drop. And I'm the first to admit that was not easy at all.
That alone would cause a war.
Yeah. So we got on the plane, and the plane, of course, was loaded down with beer and all that. The minute it took off, we could drink. So we got to Ramstein, where they refueled to come back on our way to JFK, because Raw was in New York. We landed, and we had like an hour and a half turnover to refuel and all that. So they took us all in the office at the club. Vince always goes on these trips. Is the point of the story. He very rarely asks you to do anything. As a matter of fact, I can't think of anything he's asked any of us to do that he wouldn't do himself. Basically, and that's the truth. So we got in there and we got him drinking, and he's a lot of fun when he's drinking because he reminds everybody he has a lot of money. So this lieutenant comes in and walks over to him. We're at the table, all of us, and he goes to Mr. McMahon, wheels up, or you guys aren't getting out of here today. And brother, that guy is somewhere. He's probably still in a cell. He was reduced from being a captain and informed that Mr. McMahon would have a 747 of his own in there in a half hour, and that he'd take off when he wanted to, and to tell the colonel or the general, whoever else was running the place, that's the way it was. And we just stayed for another hour and drank like hell. And then we got on the plane when we wanted to, kind of the way he operates, right, Kevin?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Kevin was there tonight in Colorado Springs. He was going to buy the hotel.
When Vince drinks, he's a lot of fun.
Yeah, he is. But since they've become a public company, he's calmed down. As have we all had to a little bit. Yeah, no more robes.
I was there.
Of course you were. You're the one that didn't get fired. Me and Hall did.
I immediately ran up and sat next to Stephanie.
Oh, God. The flight from hell. Which one?
Yeah. You get on a flight with professional wrestlers, and you look, and there's 7 different bottles of Jack Daniels with the handles. What are those, gallons, I guess. And you just see him being passed like this.
Hey.
What could go wrong?
Dustin.
Yes,
Dustin.
sir. Yes,
This
sir.
is how good they are. Remember Arn got on the plane?
Oh, yeah.
Cussed you out for having Undertaker's seat because Taker got hurt?
Yes, he
Dustin
did.
said, oh, excuse me, Arn. I'll move right now.
He shipped me to the back of the plane.
Yeah, I know.
Get your ass
Oh, he
back.
was cussing everybody out because I don't know how he does. I got the whole dialogue from everything except the last couple hours.
When Arn would get hot, oh man, you knew it.
Chicken, move over.
Yeah, everybody, he used to call me Chicken. There's another name he used to say, but we can't say that here, but
I had your lawyer trademark it today.
yes. All right, let's get another question. Right here. What's your name?
Ron.
Where you from, Ron?
Originally from Illinois, but I live here in Austin.
Oh yeah, okay. What's your question? Who's it to?
This is for everyone. Your favorite opponent of all time, just one, and then of the new stars of today, the current stars, any roster, who would be your ideal opponent?
Ideal opponent and favorite wrestler of all time. Favorite opponent of all time. Mine, personally, probably, there's like 5.
Yeah, you can't pick one.
You can't just pick one. I mean, my teachers were Arn, Barry Windham, Bobby Eaton, Larry Zbyszko, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. So those are the guys that I learned the most from.
Larry Zbyszko.
I learned what not to do with
Yeah,
Larry Zbyszko.
Thank you. Let's get that accolade out there. Oh, God.
I learned a lot watching Ric Flair and my dad, a lot. So I really loved that big rivalry and feud that they had for so many years. It was a lot of fun growing up watching that.
That was entertainment at its best. Go ahead.
You got a question for me? Okay. My dad all the time, every time. It's Dusty Rhodes.
What was the question?
Question was, Dad in his prime and me in my prime. Dusty hands down all the time. Anyways. I'm faster than him, though. I'll slap him and run. That's for sure. He's never been in the gym in a day in his life. Any more questions for Kevin or Scott?
Yeah, but he actually he book it where he caught you.
Yes, and I just have to suck it up and take that ass whooping.
Flip
Yes,
flop
sir.
and fly.
We already asked that. Most memorable matches for you three?
I got that CTE thing going. I don't remember any of them.
A little CTE for Kevin. Sorry, guys.
I would think there's so many different things that are memorable.
Him and Goldberg
Memorable as
streak.
far as like your first pro match. You know, my first pro match was memorable, but was the shits.
Goldberg.
No, I thought Goldberg. I think me versus Goldberg in Saudi Arabia was probably. That wasn't me. I don't know. I'm gonna pass. Scott,
What's the question? Favorite opponent?
favorite match.
Favorite match of all time.
I mean, I guess ladder match. You know, I'll take that.
I got
Shawn Michaels Razor, yes.
my favorite match was my bank account and Ted Turner's checks.
It's a good one.
My favorite match.
Rick, what about you, sir?
Well, the guy I would like to wrestle now, if I were still wrestling, would be Reigns, for sure.
Roman, there you go.
Like
Yeah, you
Roman
like that,
style.
don't you?
I guess it'd be between your dad, Steamboat, Sting, guys of yesteryear, as my
sir.
favorite opponents. Hard to pick one. I'm like Kevin. Hard to name one guy, but they were all great and all for a different reason.
This young man has a question for Ric Flair.
Hey, Ric Flair, how's it going? The wheeling, dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, kid stealing, son of a gun. It's good to talk to you.
Thank you.
I want to know, how was it like to be in that music video? You were in a rap music video recently, and I thought you were looking real sharp. Can you tell us about that?
Actually, it was. I didn't have any idea how big that would be. It's gone triple platinum, the song. So it was fun doing it, and it's always fun to be around people that respect our business and admire you for things that were 30. That's all from stuff 30 years ago now, or 25 for sure. So it was fun, and I look back and I didn't get paid nearly enough, but I kind of blame that on my agent. Now, nobody anticipated triple platinum. That's a lot of records. But I'll tell you what Offset did. He FaceTimed me while I was in the hospital this last time and offered to lend me money. How good is that?
You should have said, no, you don't lend it to me, just give it to me.
Yeah.
Since you didn't pay me enough anyway.
You guys, do you give you need any money in age? No. I got insurance this time.
What's your question, sir?
Eddie White, 5'8", 192. Gentlemen, this is an odd question. Your favorite piece of wrestling memorabilia that you have currently?
Well, mine is divided among 4 of the women. I got the program from today's show to take home. Rest of that stuff you have to contact Leslie, Beth, Tiffany, or Jackie.
I don't have anything. I don't even have. I got some photos.
Yeah, I'm from the same school. I don't, it was what I did. It wasn't who I was. And, I got pictures of me and my buddies on the road, and we met different stars and stuff, and that was cool. But I don't have a belt collection or any of that. I don't have a bunch of action figures or any of that. I'm happy they make them, but that's the last thing I need is more of me.
Well, when I did that Ninja Turtle movie, I was getting ready to leave, and I had driven up from Atlanta. We shot it in Carrico Studios, and the props guy came up to me and he says, "You wouldn't have happened to seen the Super Shredder helmet, would you?" And I said, "No." He goes, "Well, they're going to hold your check if they don't find it." And I said, "Oh, hold on." I put the car in park and opened the trunk. So I would have had that. I would have had that Super Shredder helmet, which would have been a hell of a photo op.
Yeah, I got to say something about Kevin. That because I've never been in a movie. I mean, I've been a part. Something I might have said something, but one of the coolest things for me, and I don't think until you've really done this. Of course, Scott knows this because he was basically a bodybuilder at one time, but I got invited to do something with the show in Savannah that you did.
Oh, Magic Mike.
Magic Mike. So, and I know Kevin's there, right? So I get down there, and Kevin had dieted like a guy going to the Mr. Olympia. I mean, unbelievable. When he came out of the trailer, I mean, how much weight did you lose?
20 pounds.
Oh, just 20? Okay.
Yeah.
But you were 300 pounds before, right?
Oh, I was 317. I was about 294 then.
In the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I thought you were like 270. Anyway, but he looked like, I mean, all the other guys, are this big. I mean, here's Kevin, 6'11", but it was fun and seeing that and seeing these guys, and I can't think of his name though.
Channing?
Yeah, Channing and all these guys, the kid from Miami Vice and all that.
Yeah, Adam.
These guys were such marks for Kevin. I mean, they're loving Kevin Nash. And these are big stars. One of them is married to the chick from Modern Family.
Joe.
He just went to their wedding. Yeah, hey, are you kidding me? We're marking out for her, forget Joe.
Yeah, right.
But all these guys were just queer for Kevin. I'm thinking that, no, what I'm saying, it's nice to know that we have affected people's lives that are, in our eyes, we live thinking that we live thinking that they think they're bigger than us. They don't. They know how big our sport is, how popular it is, and they respect us, and that's something that we don't take for granted. You got to feel it to see it. So.
Well, I've always said that when all the guys that are musicians want to be athletes, all athletes want to be musicians. I mean, it's just but I think pro wrestlers are kind of both.
Yeah.
They're kind of like a musician, kind of like an athlete, so it's kind of a different demographic. You cover them both.
Yeah, I got drunk with David Copperfield one night at the China Club in Chicago. Me and him and Gary Busey, and I said, "Look at David." I said, "Can you make something of mine 12 inches long? Even if it's just illusion."
Woke up the next morning starting Pinocchio. Unbelievable.
Yeah, don't ask the three of us if we've had any fun, and don't leave him out of it up there.
I've had a lot of fun, yes. Yeah. We got time for one more question?
The only guy that's not in rehab here is Kevin.
I got a strong liver.
Been there, done that.
Can't hide from where we've been.
Hello, I got a question for. What's your best Hulk Hogan story?
Hulk Hogan?
Hulk.
For me, lending me money when my son was in the hospital dying. That's the guy's honest truth. I said it in New York that night. Then Kevin and I and Hulk Hogan got so drunk at the New York Marriott. I had a 5 o'clock flight to Las Vegas for an appearance I wanted to cancel at 1 o'clock because I could see where we were going. Jimmy Hart kept bringing the phone over to Hulk. Your wife's looking for you. Kayfabe. We drank about 6 bottles of wine, and I don't know how much vodka. That's why we're not allowed to get together very often.
I have that picture on my phone. The three of us.
Oh, God.
And it's one of those pictures where I know only one person had the camera, but nobody's looking the same way.
It was Hulk Hogan at the Garden. God dang. What was it ever?
My favorite Hulk story is I didn't really know Hulk much in my wrestling career. So when we did that thing at Bash the Beach, and I don't remember seeing him before the show. Of course, so we went to the ring and we weren't sure he was going to come, and we weren't really boys yet then. We weren't hanging out or anything, and it was really cool.
Daytona now or San?
Yeah, when we did that birth at the WO, and it felt really cool because it worked, and they were booing and throwing stuff, and just to see Hulk real excited about being in wrestling again, because he was getting kind of burnt out, so that's my favorite Hulk memory.
I have 0.
Who said that? Oh, he's back with us. Okay. I'm looking for him up here walking around. Phil Donahue.
Any other questions, guys?
Favorite Macho Man story?
Scream it.
Favorite Macho Man story?
Who?
Macho Man.
Oh yeah. Brother, I got a bunch of those.
Yeah, the thing is, it's a mix. There's too many kids. You can't tell stories.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
It's like asking Linda Lovelace questions up here.
Oh, yeah.
What? Oh, God. That I've told her thousands. Nobody believes me. Listen to Jerry Lee Lewis. Riding down the highway at night like we all used to do. And I can tell you, because everybody here has done this, and his dad, his dad and I used to, when I first started in the business, I used to go with his dad, Dusty, and Dick Murdoch on the road when I wasn't working.
Wow.
Which really worked for my first marriage. I would leave for a week at a time, and I just drove around just to be part of the gig, right? Because there was so much fun. I mean, laughing, drinking, driving. And then they didn't have a car one time. Ken Patera was in Germany in the Olympic Games. No, Ken was on Ken's brand new car with me and your dad, Murdoch. They tore the shit up out of that. So the education in those days was riding in the car. The guys were so much fun, and I mean that was so healthy back then. Now, the kids are looking at the internet and worried about who says what. And social media is really over. It is what it is, but for wrestling, it's for the kids. They're just so worried about somebody else's opinion. Where we used to look at each other, or we knew, or we went to one or two select people and said, "What do you think?" And that was it. Now you have the universe judging you. Pretty much.
I think my favorite thing on social media is the grammar police.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, to me, it's just like, you know what? When I'm putting something down, it spits out 9 theirs, and I just pick one. It's the wrong one.
Yeah.
You know what? I lose no sleep over it because it reads the same.
You don't sleep anyway.
No, right. But I'm just saying it reads the same. I love when people say, "Well, why did you say that?" I said, "Well, you obviously knew exactly what I said, so what does it matter?" Well, yeah, but it's not. Listen, dude. I haven't taken. I'm 60 years old. I don't think I'll be taking any kind of SATs. I think I'm done testing in my life. So.
Yeah, I took the 5 SATs. I never broke 1,000, so. But that was 13 years in high school too.
See, I actually had Felicity Huffman take my last one.
That's cool.
I maxed it.
Yes, sir. It was incredible, man. These guys were larger-than-life heroes, and to be in the dressing room when you're 15, 16, looking at these guys going out there and performing and doing what they do best. That's what I wanted to do, and I knew that from a very early, young age. Career. I have a question for Rick, though. Wasn't there a story of, I believe it was Murdoch, it might have been Blackjack, I'm not sure, and Dad taking a donkey into a bar?
That was in Minneapolis when I first started. Zeb, the donkey not only came in the donkey lived in their apartment. So they're all from different parts of the country, so I'm in the middle of starting in the business, and they wanted to know a nice area, so I took them to an apartment complex called Cedars of Edina, the most elite complex in Minneapolis at the time. So then they started hanging out at a place called The Flame, which was a country western bar, and then Dusty Murdoch would go around and enter local rodeos, and stuff like that. So they meet a guy named Pat Krause. The picture is infamous in front of your mom's house here in Austin. It's me, Ray Stevens, Pat Krause. Anyway, they got a donkey, and they kept the donkey in the apartment. So that really worked for the apartment complex. Both they and Morocco lived there, so I was double ixnayed from that place. And they brought the donkey into The Flame one night and rode it up on stage. And I thought it was the greatest thing I'd ever seen in my life. I mean, the greatest fight I've ever seen. Everybody fighting and they're handing like this. I'll get up if I have to, Rick. Just enjoy this. This is what we live for in the business. Like the axe, and trust me, if the axe had gotten up, he could turn the table on anything. But that's how I grew up in the business. So people want to know why I'm not actually, there's nothing wrong with me mentally. It's just it's the psychological profiling I've gone through. Ray Stevens, Dick Murdoch, Dusty Rhodes. Hello. It's a whole different world. I never rode with a bad person. I wouldn't ride with someone like
that. They're drive by themselves.
How fun was the wife swap with Roddy Piper?
Oh, it was the best. Well, here, I had Kitty with me, right? And Kitty can drink more than me and Roddy combined. That was the best kept secret in the world. I'd known that because Kitty, Roddy's oldest daughter, was born in Charlotte when Piper was there with me, right? So Wendy, who is Two Drink Louie, and Roddy, who is supposed to be off the wagon but never is, were in Portland, and I was in Charlotte. Just walking around wired up, drinking all day anyway, so it was nothing new. Just had to remember to unplug it when I went in the bathroom. Otherwise, it was fun for me. Roddy Piper. You had to see his house to believe it. He had a 100-pound parrot that talked back. And a wolfhound. He used to tell me, I go, why are you on the road still working? He said, because Kitty bought another horse. His claim to fame of living 2 miles from Phil Nike. But the homes look completely different in Beaverton. Oh, God. Hot rod. Huh? Oh, thank you. We didn't get paid nearly enough.
So we got time for one more.
I just want to say something. I mean, it's not much of a question because, like, my anxiety is going off the roof right now. I didn't think I would ever see any of favorite wrestlers like ever until like today, and I just got here. But I just want to say to you guys that I love you guys so much and everything that you've done.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
man.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Our tables are over here. We sign autographs, take pictures too.
Yeah, we're glad you enjoyed it. We're glad you enjoyed it. We were doing
Yeah.
it on purpose.
Yeah. Just follow us over yonder here. And Kevin, listen, I'm going to make a public announcement right now. I'm going to get Kevin Nash a drink, a glass of wine tonight, and a beer. He's going to try and run and hide from me.
I've been told by your wife.
I'm sure. You know what? I have no doubt.
I'm your nurse Cratchit tonight.
And she really texts you.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
It's unbelievable, these secret relationships going on behind my back.
I'm in Greece. Please watch Rick.
Hey, we're in Liverpool, and we're just starting to get going, having fun. I go in the bathroom, come out, and I got 2 generations blocking me. DiBiase, who's just a little bit younger than me, and then 15 years younger, Kevin, saying,
I'm only 10 years younger.
okay, 10 years, whatever it is. Age is just a number anyway. They both met me at the door, right? DiBiase, who has, you know, he has to be 1,000 miles away from home to have a drink, but then he will. But we did say hi to his wife. We called Belle.
No.
Yeah. That's what's wrong with his damn phones. They can find us. Do you know that for us as wrestlers, the day they invented a cell phone, we were screwed.
That was a life changer.
You gotta call home. Let me know where you are.
Not only
What?
not only that, but I mean, just the camera.
Yeah. Oh, the camera was later. Just
Oh,
think about the day that your cell phone, your wife could call you and say, "Where are you?"
I thought the pager was bad enough. You didn't get my page? No.
No. I can't hear it go off instead of having any chicks in here vibrating. You gotta be kidding me. Pager?
I should put mine in my underwear and call myself.
You know, here's the deal. He's not lying. He just gave you a fact of interest. I was calling him the other day to see if I could really plug Big Sexy on 6th Street. He goes, "It's my son's birthday. Is it important?" I said, "Fuck." So I said, no, excuse me. I said, "No, I'll just make it without your permission. I'll just calm it down."
I got you tonight, though.
For me and Razor, there is no return. I took that vow, got my coin, and walked across the street and had a beer from where I was in for 30 days. Nice meeting you. Appreciate the coin. Ain't coming back. And by the way, I'm not going to wash that white van on a public street anymore either. And I'm not going to the grocery store and helping somebody else pick out their groceries.
I've missed all this fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, rehab is a lot of fun. They faked me out for a day. I was really upset that I figured out. They'd ask me, "You okay, Rick?" I go like this. "No, why?" "Well, why do you think there's something wrong?" "Yeah, don't try to work with me." Then they wanted to send me to sex rehab. I requested company. You know the 2 names I said. I said, when they go, I'll go. They're not here at the panel either. They're in Stanford.
Exactly.
And with that, I'll say good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Rhodes, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Ric Flair.
I drop.
You know how long this monster sat in me? He said, I need about Tree-Fiddy.